श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुर सुधारी बरनउँ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम्हरो जस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनिसा नारद सारद सहित ऐसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीना राम मिलाय राजपद दीना। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर बल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हाकते कापे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभूप साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. எல்லோருக்கும் வணக்கம். நம்ம எல்லோரும் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜிக்கு நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணும்போது நம்முடைய அகங்காரமும் மமகாரமும் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியோட திருவடியில் வைத்து முழு சரணாகதியோட நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி 2 கைகளும் மடி மீது வைத்து உட்காருவோம். சந்தோஷ சித்தத்தோட தியானத்துக்கு உட்காருவோம். ஒரு சின்ன குழந்தை நிலையில் உட்கார்ந்து ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியை பார்த்து ரசிப்போம். இணைவோம். கவனம் 2 உள்ளங்கையும் சகசாரத்தில் வைத்து பார்ப்போம். சைத்தன்யத்தை உணர்வோமான் கவனிப்போம். இரண்டு கைகளையும் கூப்பி மிக பணிவோடு மனதார கேட்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, நாங்கள் இங்க தியானம் செய்ய அமர்ந்திருக்கிறோம் தாயே. தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்கு அனுமதியை தந்து தாங்கள் தான் இந்த தியானத்தை வழி நடத்த வேண்டும் தாயே. மெதுவாக குண்டலினி உயர்த்தி பந்தன் போட்டுக் கொள்வோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியை பார்த்துட்டே மெதுவாக நம்முடைய கண்கள் மூடிக்கொள்வோம். கவனம் நம்மளுக்குள் கொண்டு வருவோம். மூச்சு நல்லா இழுத்து விடுவோம். மூன்று வாட்டி அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணலாம். மெதுவாக கவனத்தை ஹிருதயத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். மிகவும் அன்பாக ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியை நம்மளுடைய ஹிருதயத்தில் அழைப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய ஹிருதயத்தில் வாருங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தங்களுடைய அன்பால் எங்களுடைய ஹிருதயத்தை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, எங்களுடைய ஹிருதயத்தை தங்களுடைய இருப்பிடமா ஆக்கிவிடுங்கள் தாயே. அதற்கு தேவையான தகுதியும் தாங்கள்தான் தந்தருள வேண்டும் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியோட வருகையால் நம்மளுடைய நுண்ணதிர்களின் மாற்றத்தை கவனிப்போம். மெதுவாக கவனத்தை சகசிராரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். வலது உள்ளங்கை சகசிராரத்துக்கு கொஞ்சம் மேல வைத்து பார்ப்போம். நுண்ணதிர்கள் நன்றாக வருதா உணர்வோமான்னு கவனிப்போம். இதுதான் தெய்வீக இணைப்பு. அதன் மேல் கவனத்தை வைப்போம். முழு கவனம் சகசிராரமும் வலது உள்ளங்கைக்கு நடுவுல என்ன உணர்வு அதன் மீது இருக்கட்டும். மெதுவாக வலது உள்ளங்கை மடிக்கி கொண்டு வருவோம். சைத்தன்யமான நிலையில் 3 மகாமந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलकी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलकी साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। மெதுவாக கவனத்தை மூலாதாரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். மூலாதார சக்கரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். ஸ்ரீ கணேச மந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेशा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। மெதுவாக 2 உள்ளங்கையும் பூமி தாய் மீது வைப்போம். மனதார மிக பணிவோடு கேட்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய ஸ்தூல சரீரமும் சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரத்தை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. கவனம் 2 உள்ளங்கையும் சகசாரத்தில் வைத்து காத்திருப்போம். ஸ்ரீ ஆதி பூமி மாதா மந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदिभूमिमाता साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. இடநாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துவோம். இடது கை மடி மீது, வலது கை பூமி தாய் மீதே இருக்கட்டும். இடநாடி தூய்மைப்படுத்தும் போது இடது உள்ளங்கை வழியாக ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி கிட்டே இருந்து சைத்தன்யத்தை உள்வாங்கிப்போம். தேவையற்ற எதிர்மறை சக்திகள் வலது கை வழியாக பூமி மார்க்கமாக நீங்கிவிடும். இதற்கு நம்ம மனதார கூறுவோம், ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய இடா நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. இந்த பிரார்த்தனைக்கு அப்புறம் காத்திருப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மகாகாளி சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ பைரவநாத் சாக்ஷாத் மந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महाकाली साक्षात् श्री भैरवनाथ साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः. பிங்களா நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துவோம். வலது கை மடி மீது, இடது கை ஆகாயத்தை நோக்கி வைத்து நம்முடைய முழு கவனம் இரண்டு உள்ளங்கையும் சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் இருக்கட்டும். வலது உள்ளங்கை வழியாக ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி கிட்டே இருந்து சைத்தன்யத்தை உள்வாங்கி தேவையற்ற சக்தி தன்னால இடது உள்ளங்கை வழியாக ஆகாயம் மார்க்கமாக நீக்கிவிடும். அதற்கு நம்ம மனதார பிரார்த்திப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய பிங்களா நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. श्री महासरस्वती साक्षात श्री हनुमान साक्षात. ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महासरस्वती साक्षात् श्री हनुमान साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः. மெதுவாக இடது கை மடிக்கி கொண்டு வருவோம். இரண்டு உள்ளங்கையும் மடி மீது. நம்மளுடைய முழு கவனம் நம்மளுடைய நடு நாடி சுஷும்னா நாடி. இரண்டு கைகளில் சைத்தன்ய நிலையை கவனிப்போம். சமமாக இருக்கிறதான் கவனிப்போம். நன்றாக உணரணும்னா இரண்டு உள்ளங்கையும் மடியிலேந்து கொஞ்சம் மேல வைத்து பார்ப்போம். மனதார கூறுவோம், ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய சுஷும்னா நாடியை முழுமையாக திறந்து விடுங்கள் தாயே. எங்களுடைய ஆன்மீக முன்னேற்ற பாதையை தடையில்லாமல் வைத்திருங்கள் தாயே. தெய்வீக சக்தியோடு நிரப்பி விடுங்கள் தாயே. श्री महालक्ष्मी साक्षात श्री गणेशा साक्षात। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी साक्षात् श्री गणेशा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। இரண்டு கைகளும் மடிக்கே கொண்டு வருவோம். மெதுவாக நம்மளுடைய கவனம் நம்மளுடைய மூலாதார சக்கரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். அங்கே அமர்ந்த மங்களமூர்த்தி ஸ்ரீ கணேசாவை மனமாற வணங்குவோம், பிரார்த்திப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாட்சாத் ஸ்ரீ கணேசா எங்களுடைய மூலாதார சக்கரத்தில் அமர்ந்திருக்கிறீர்கள். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்குள் ஸ்ரீ கணேச தத்துவத்தை முழுமையாக நிலைநிறுத்தி செயல்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ கணேச அதர்வ சீர்ஷை கூறுவோம். ஓம் நமஸ்தே கணபதயே त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं हृदं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं मामवक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चातात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरातात् अवदक्षिणातात् अवचोद्ध्वातात् अवाधरातात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वम् आनन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तसिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो नीलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मास्त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरों गणादीं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादीं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वार परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण ऋद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं गकार पूर्वरूपं अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वार शान्त्यरूपम् बिन्दुरुत्तररूपम् नादसन्धानं संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निःसृद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्। एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशाङ्कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैर्सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्टयाधौ प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः। नमो रात्रपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः। साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। மெதுவாக கவனத்தை மூலாதாரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். குண்டலினி மாதாவை வணங்கி ஸ்ரீ குண்டலினி கௌரி மாதா மந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कुंडलिनी गौरी माता साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। மெதுவாக ஒவ்வொரு சக்கரங்களையும் கடந்து நம்மளுடைய கவனம் ஹிருதயத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ சிவ பார்வதி, ஸ்ரீ துர்கா மாதா, ஸ்ரீ ஜெகதம்பா, ஸ்ரீ சீதாராமா எங்களுடைய ஹிருதயத்தில் அமர்ந்திருக்கிறீர்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களோட ஹிருதயத்தை தங்களுடைய அன்பும் கருணையால் முழுமையாக தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. ஹிருதய கமலத்தில் அமர்ந்து எல்லா ஆசீர்வாதங்களும் தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. அன்போடு நிரப்பி விடுங்கள் தாயே. நாங்கள் ஆத்மா என்ற சத்தியத்தை உணர செய்யுங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தங்கள் அருளால் தங்களுடைய பாதுகாப்பால் நாங்கள் தைரியத்துடனும் தன்னம்பிக்கையுடனும் இருக்கிறோம் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மரியாதா புருஷோத்தமன் ஸ்ரீராமரோட எல்லா குணங்களையும் சக்திகளையும் எங்களுக்கு தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. கொஞ்சம் ஸ்லோகம் சொல்லி ஸ்ரீராமரை ஸ்துதிக்கலாம். கவனம் நம்மளுடைய வலது ஹிருதயத்தில் வைப்போம். ராமாய ராமபத்ராய ராமச்சந்திராய வேதசே ரகுநாதாய நாதாய சீதாய பதயே நமः. श्रीराम राम रघुनंदन राम राम, श्रीराम राम भरताग्रज राम राम, श्रीराम राम रणकर्कश राम राम, श्रीराम राम शरणं भव राम राम, श्रीरामचंद्र चरणौ मनसा स्मरामि, श्रीरामचंद्र चरणौ वचसा गृह्णामि, श्रीरामचंद्र चरणौ शिरसा नमामि, श्रीरामचंद्र चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। माता रामौ मत्पिता रामचन्द्रः, स्वामी रामौ मत्सखा रामचन्द्रः, सर्वस्वं मे रामचन्द्रौ दयालुः, नान्यं जाने नैव जाने न जाने, लोकाभिरामं रणरङ्गधीरं राजीवनेत्रं रघुवंशनाथं, कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरं तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं, वातात्मजं वानरयुद्धमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। மெதுவாக நம்மளுடைய கவனம் விசுத்தியும் ஆக்ஞா சக்கரத்தை கடந்து சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் நிலைநிறுத்துவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ சஹஸ்ரார சுவாமினி, ஆனந்ததாயினி, மோக்ஷப்பிரதாயினி. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய சஹஸ்ர கமலத்தை முழுமையாக திறந்து சர்வ அலங்காரத்தோடு அமர்ந்து சகல சௌபாகியமும் தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. தங்களுடைய எப்பொழுதும் இணைப்பில் இருக்கிறதே சகல சௌபாகியம். அந்த பாக்கியத்தை எங்களுக்கு தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. ஆனந்த நிர்விச்சார நிலையை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. சில நிமிடம் தியானத்தில் இருப்போம். இதே நிலையில் மாதாஜியோட சொற்பொழிவை கேட்டு உள்வாங்கிப்போம்.
ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. அன்னையின் சொற்பொழிவு நேற்றைய தொடர்ச்சி.
So the mastery should be first of all of your body. Say you are sleeping on one side, you get a pain. Then what do? You sleep on the other side. In the same way, this body is to be made immune to different shocks. You see, like you put the watch in the water, shock it with the water, so it is waterproof. So a Sahaja has to be an all-proof person. So he has no place to complain then, because he is supposed to be all-proof, you see. Anybody Sahaja who complains, you can say, how are you complaining? Because you have to be all-proof. So no complaints of any kind of Sahajogis are to be accepted or sympathized. If you start accepting people who are complaining time, you will be always busy looking after them, and you will be of no use for Sahaja. Those who have habits of complaining and all that should go to the hospital and stay there. Complaining people are really people who have some sort of a possession, I think, that they all the time complain and try to torture you and make a nuisance out of them. Such people cannot become gurus. Imagine if the guru is complaining, then what is he going to teach? Only complaining. The teachers will be experts in complaining, and the students will be also experts in complaining. So you create a set of complaining disciples, you see. And when they come to me, what I find, they all have double bliss than yourself about their complaining. But also is very characteristics, like Australians seldom complain. And if they complain, they are hit also very badly. Seldom you will find an Australian complaining. I have got letters, except for one or two, who have now found themselves out. Seldom they complain about themselves, about their body comforts, this thing, that thing. So under any circumstances, those who can live are the people who have achieved the 1/16th. Only the 1/16th. Jaise rakhahu taise hi. Mother, the way you keep it, you are willing to stay. Of course, the mother has kept you very well. All the luxuries offered, mother has given. She doesn't torture you like other gurus have tortured. Once for all, my son has gone through all the tortures. There is no need to put you to any tortures or troubles. But you should see how your body reacts and tell your body, yes, Mr. Body, will you please now behave yourself and not try to be indulgent. All these indulgences come to us through our senses. So if you can master your body, you will also master your senses. For example, the master, or we can say the highest of the organ which controls most of the organs, I personally think, is the tongue. Because it's the primordial nonsense. By tongue, we speak things to hurt others. With tongue, we learn how to go on jabbering. With tongue, we can show how frivolous we are. Either we are tongue tight or tongue loose. There's nothing in between with the tongue. That's only about talking part, that's lower. But when it comes higher, eating. All the time thinking about eating. I've told you 100 times. That Sahajogis should go on really sometimes on an absolutely bland, boiled, horrible food just to test the tongue. Can it eat? Try this. Then try this. My father used to tell that you must burn your tongue a little bit. That's one of the tests he said one should do. But he was a hard taskmaster as a guru. So we should see what our tongue can bear. Is it fussy about food? When it sees the food, does it start watering, first of all? Does it take our attention to food? Is food important to us? So the first thing to overcome the problems of your tongue is to starve. Starvation is the only way you can correct yourself. You see, if you starve yourself, say, morning, just have little to eat, reduce it to half. You will be surprised your intestine will be half gone. After some time you cannot eat even if you want to. Your interest will go. Train up yourself. Starvation is a very good thing. I think 40 days that Christ did is a very good idea. But that should not be a kind of a thing that they have Ramadan, that they eat the most spicy food during that time early in the morning, and the whole day they starve thinking about food. Starve yourself fully, but don't think of food. That's difficult, so starve yourself halfway and don't think about food halfway. Gradually try to master your tongue. Mastery of your tongue is only possible if you know how to starve yourself. This is for the western side. For eastern side, they fast morning till evening. I know of ladies, if you ask them, they said, I observe Monday, I observe Tuesday. I observe Wednesday, I observe Thursday. I observe Friday as a fast, and perhaps maybe if I do not starve on Saturday, I will eat on Sunday. I have known such people in my lifetime, many, who just go on fasting. They are such experts and scouts, you see, that they can show you that they can fast for 50 days, 80 days, 108 days, and 365 days. Starving masters. So for them I have to tell you have to eat when they are starving. To you I have to say, let us see which date we can starve ourselves. Let us have one day to celebrate today's great day of Nanaka. One day let us stop. Which day should be? Monday we cannot, because Monday we have a program. Tuesday we cannot because it is the day when Hanumana has to work. Wednesday we cannot because that's the creativity took place. How can it be? Thursday we cannot because we are Guru at that day. We have to work very hard as Guru. Friday we cannot, we have to work the Shakti of Mother. Saturday we cannot because we have to do all the intrigue of Sri Krishna. And Sunday, how can it be? This is the day of the sun. So which is the best day for starving now? Let us see. That we should have Thursday. Because Thursday is the Guru's day. And let us do some fasting. Half day. Can we start with half day, then full day? Thursday let us have. Maybe second half, because breakfast is essential, I think. Without breakfast, you see, the horses cannot rise. So let us have the second half, or we can have the first half. Actually, you have to devise yourself. If you have to be the Gurus, it's like going to a college, where you are left to yourself. It is you who has to discipline yourself. Nobody has to tell you that you do this and do that. That somebody is to wake you up. In India it's the other way around. If you tell somebody that you have to wake up at 5, the person who has told will be awakened at 4 o'clock. Himself, the one who has told, so that he doesn't get up to wake him up. Did you follow me? And the whole house will be awakened at 4 o'clock, so that they can take up the duty from the person who has to get away. But the fellow who has to awaken might not sleep the whole night. It is just the other way around, the other extreme of it. Say if I'm there, one night I sleep there. If I get up at 1 o'clock, I find all of them sitting and meditating in the passage, up to the bathroom, everywhere. They have not gone home, not taken food, nothing. Just meditating, taking vibrations, correct. I am sleeping inside. In the night I want to go to the bathroom, I just cannot go because they are all meditating. Nobody is sleeping. Nobody is sleeping. So is the other way now. So to you people, let us do one day, that you must have 1 day fasting, 1 day keeping awake. Which day should it be? Let's see. A day when there is no film. half night. Second half, I mean. Not the first half. Which day? Which is the most difficult day when you cannot keep awake.
Friday morning.
Huh? Sunday night. But there's a film on. Without the film. You see, treat yourself like that. Joke with yourself. Now, Sunday night, is there a film on? After 12 there isn't. So Sunday night to get up at 12 o'clock. Let's have it. Enjoy it. Don't get angry. Make a fun out of it. You think more about it, then you get upset. You just don't think about it, really enjoy. It's like swimming. Get up at 12 o'clock, all of you go for a bath nicely, sit down, say bhajans, this, that. Let us. Should we? Michael, what about you?
I don't go to bed till 2 o'clock.
Huh?
I don't go to bed till 2 o'clock.
Up 12 o'clock. No, you have to get up at 12. No, you have to go to bed till 12 o'clock, get up at 12 o'clock. You see, the first half of the night one must sleep, always, is better. Second half of the night is the better part. All right? So the first half of the night you all have to sleep anytime. You can sleep about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock if you want to. But that should not be important, what time you sleep. Whatever time you sleep, you have to get up at 12 o'clock in the morning. Or say after 12. So Krishna was born in the night about 12 o'clock. Nanaka was born 12 o'clock in the night. All the gurus mostly took their birth 12 o'clock in the night. To celebrate that, we must have one day where we do not sleep after 12. But then what about Caxton Hall?
Should we try Saturday night?
Huh?
Saturday night. We do it Saturday night. It'll be safer, so if there's any accidents, they happen on a Sunday rather than a Monday.
All right. So you can sleep in the daytime of Saturday or of Sunday. Sunday afternoon you can sleep. No, that would be not done, right? But if you make any compensation, then you are not torturing your body much. You must devise a method by which your body does feel that it has to get up at 12 o'clock. Better keep it that time. What do you say? All right.
I just think that people's work might suffer on the Monday today.
Huh?
People's work might suffer on the Monday.
What's it?
So people's work might suffer on getting up for Monday morning or that.
They will never. Take it from me. They will not. You see, work is not important. What is important is your spirit, your mastery. Work in any case you are not going to have after some time. So that work is not important. This new work that you have taken, better look after that. Forget about your work. Forget about these things. What is important is your spirit. Otherwise, you cannot become gurus. Spirit is the most important thing. The rest of the things are absolutely unimportant. Is zero. I've been very so slowly trying to take you out of the mud of materialism and of these mundane things. But you have to work for God. You are special people. So you have to make yourself a master. So God gives you all the blessings, everything. But the idea of luxurious life must be given up. People want to make life luxurious. Then you will have the luxury of this world, but not the luxury of God's blessing. One of the two you have to select. Either you lead a luxurious life here, come this side. Either you lead a life which is luxurious on the material level, or you lead a luxurious life of God's blessing. One of the two you have to choose. The time has come. So nothing is important. See, the insecurity of money also is another nonsense. At least you people should not have. I mean, you will never starve at least. But Indians, if they do not work, they will starve. Not you people can never starve. If you are unemployed, government is happy more. As long as you don't bother them. If you sit at home and meditate, they'll be very happy. So to earn more money or to make more money is not important at all in service. Most important thing is to be the spirit. For that, whatever is to be done has to be done. Let everything suffer. You don't make your spirit suffer. Because you have to become the full moon, like Guru Nanak. How much did Guru Nanak earn? You should find it. How did he live his life? There is nothing to bother about money. Because more money is not needed. Just needed for your food and for your living. And then money is arranged if you need any extra money sometimes, emergency. I've done it for many Australians, you know. But those are the people who have dedicated themselves fully. And that is why they have been helped whenever there is an emergency, they don't have to bother. But the dedication to your spirit has to be full, complete. And nothing to your work, actually. Because that goes hand in hand. If you are not worried about yourself after realization, about your spirit, you will have all the problems of the world. First and foremost is financial problem. Then physical problem, mental problem, emotional problem. All kinds of problems will follow because I have awakened your Kundalini. One part I have done. But the another part, that is your heart, you have not opened. You must give your heart to service. You have not opened your heart as yet. Heart has to be opened. You are still worried about your father, mother, brother, sister, wife, children. Open your heart fully to Sahaja in a doubtless way. Then only doubtless awareness will settle down. Unless and until you open your heart, Kundalini rising has no meaning. Because Kundalini is rising, but the heart has not opened. If the Mother Earth sends forth her power through the seed and the seed doesn't open, then what's the use? It's all a waste. Open your heart to Sahaja. Open your heart to Spirit and say, Mother, we are the Spirit. You have to realize this. Many people also perhaps do not realize that you have come on this earth to be the Spirit and not to be workers of human beings. You must understand your greatness and know that you are not like mundane people. That's why you are blessed. Who is blessed so much? You are described long time back by Blake that such and such people are going to come on this earth, men of God. Men of God, what do you have in your heart? Your heart will be like a stone. Unless and until there is light of Spirit, it is a stone heart. And the stone is going to hurt everyone, is going to ruin you completely. Open your heart. 100%. You have met Indian Sahajogis, they have problems of money. Or how much they work for Sahaja, day in and day out. How much they have contributed for Sahaja. Then imagine about 7 lakhs of rupees they have collected, Rustam knows. 7 lakhs of rupees they have collected for their ashram. 7 lakhs is 35,000 pounds. 35,000 pounds they have collected only in Bombay. In Delhi they have a collected of 5 lakhs. 25,000. They are working, they have families, they have children. But what they think about is nothing but Sahaja, nothing but Sahaja, nothing but. They give most of their money for Sahaja, I think. They live with minimum. If I tell them, why don't you buy another shirt for yourself? So they will say, Mother, I've worn lots of shirts in my previous lives. So satisfied. We have found the Atma now. Let us dress up the Atma. We have found out our heart. Let us become the heart. What is the need to worry about these? We have done enough of all these nonsense. I tell you, we think they are poor, but they are not. Wherever they can save their money, they will save it. They used to give me some money before. I said, no, I don't need just now. There's no need. Because I have no place to keep. There's no trust, nothing. How are we to do? They continued like this till about, I think, 74, when I went back, with thought of starting an ashram because you people were all coming there. So I said, all right, now you have to give me money. All the Sahajogis can give me money, whatever they are saying. And you'll be amazed, everyone came out with 1,000 pounds, 1,000 rupees. Every one of them, whether he was a laborer or every one of them, 1,000 rupees. Minimum. Up to 21,000. In 3 years' time, that's it. Because they thought it is our responsibility to save money for Sahaja. Tomorrow if you have to have an ashram, how are we going to have? But we still indulge into things. So this is what is the Guru Path. The gentleman has to sit down. Give him a chair. Please come. Please come. Need not be standing. All right. So today is such a great day of Guru Nanak's birthday. And we have to see his own life, how he spent his own life, how he lived, and under what conditions he managed. So the first thing is to look after, disciplining yourself, feeling responsible for Sahaja Yoga. I was amazed. People told me that in the ashram people keep the lights on. The oil costs so much, 300 pounds every week. I'm amazed. Every one of you should be responsible for every electricity, everything that you spend here. This is God's place. Somebody has given the car, everybody wants to use the car. You see, the saving the pounds is still going on in the heads of Sahaja Yogis. If they can say by taking somebody's car, they would borrow. Never borrow anybody's car. It is not for you. You must have your self-respect. Why to borrow anybody's car? It is not to be done. So the second point of the self is self-respect. First is the respect of your body. And the second is self-respect. We are arrogant, we can be rude, but we have no self-respect. But it is the training that is lacking. See, suddenly I find afterward there has been no teaching how to be self-respecting. Like in the war, might be, the atmosphere might have been created, I don't know why, that I'm above everything, don't care for others. May have been, I don't know why this kind of a thing has come. But it is so, very prevalent. But you people have to be the other way around. Others are first and then yourself with your self-respect. Doesn't matter. Nobody is going to die, I can tell you this. You all must have self-respect. And such mediocre people should not be allowed to stay in Sahaja Yoga. At least in the ashram. Because it brings bad name to a Sahaja Yoga. One person can spoil the whole. Only people who want to be gurus have to stay in the ashram. It's not going to be made into a convenience for anyone. But the other way around is that we are going to look after ourselves. We have to become this. We have to grow. We have to do it. Then it's just the other way round. Everything works out. I don't have to tell you. Because this is so base and so gross that after being here for so many years, you should all have become avadhutas by now. Absolutely. Controlling all elements, everything should have been possible. But still you are under the grip of the element. How can you control it? First of all, get out of the slavery, this mental slavery. All right? If it is there, it's there. If it is not there, doesn't matter. Nothing is more important than it. I am the king of the whole world. If I have to sleep on the ground, I can sleep. If I have to sleep in the palaces, I'll sleep. Nothing can dominate. Then you are the master. You know, in India, there are some Sahaja Yogis who are controlling, definitely controlling the elements. We have examples of that. Lots of things have been published, and you know that in Nirmala Yoga, you must have heard. But you meet them, you'll find they are avadhutas. When they talk, you feel a great sage is talking, the way they behave all the time. You see their behavior and everything is so great. We need people of that caliber today because that is the situation of all the nations. You have to be extra good because today is not the time when we can allow things to go as they are. or we are not just disciples, we all have to become gurus. And it is not the time when you can play with time. You cannot play with events. You have to surmount it. You have to come on top of it. It's the time when the whole ship is going to be drowned or to be saved. This is the situation today. And that's why you have got your realization so far. If that precarious time had not arrived, how many of you really think you deserved it? But you got it. Because the time is such that everybody must be given realization and they must be given all powers so that they come up. But if you do not open your heart, put all your attention to your spirit, these powers will not work out. None of these powers will work out in you. This is the problem. Every guru had a command on the elements. Nanaka, you know definitely. People were sitting there and they asked him for the water and he put his hand on a rock and the water started pouring down. That's why it is called Punjab, Punjab. 5. And the 5 rivers exist there too.
ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. கண்கள் மூடி சில நிமிடம் தியானத்தில் இருப்போம். ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. மெதுவாக கண்களை திறந்து ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜிக்கு நன்றியை கூறுவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, இன்றைய தியானம் அளித்ததற்கு நன்றி தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, இந்த தியானத்தில் நாங்கள் ஏதாவது தவறு செய்திருந்தால் தயவு செய்து எங்களை மன்னியுங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜிக்கு நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி குழந்தையை உயர்த்தி பந்தன் போட்டுக்கொள்ளணும்.